Hi, good morning. In previous video, we have discussed about the Arduino library, including how to add library files and how to remove the library files and how to select the Arduino board. Now we are going to discuss about devices and like sensors and actuators. Another unit to microcontroller and interfacing techniques for IoT devices. It has a transducers, sensors, and classification based on the data. We have to give the assessment. A transducer may be an transducers and sensors will be there. Based on that, we should make an assessment. In transducer, a device that converts the variations in physical quantity, such as pressure or brightness, into an electrical signal or vice versa. For example, in a microphone, we have a speed signal to the input device as an input device to given to the input devices, and there will be an amplifier will be there, and the output device is a loudspeaker. The input space signal is converted and it is amplified, then transmitted to the speaker. We have that signal is amplified signal will be there as an output. Then sensors. Sensors are sophisticated devices that are frequently used to detect and respond to electrical or optical signals. A sensors convert the physical parameter, for example, temperature, blood pressure, humidity, speed, etc., into a signal which can be measured electrically. Sensors are basically an electronic components that modules that can detect changes in the physical environment such as temperature, light, pressure, humidity, motion, and other various physical or chemical properties. There will be a different types of sensors will be there like temperature sensor, light sensors, pressure sensors, motion sensors, proximity sensors, gas and chemical sensors, and biometric sensors. This is a proximity sensor. Proximity sensor is used to detect the presence and absence of any objects. These are the different types of sensors that we are using in embedded systems and IoTs, like thermistor, IR sensor, ultrasonic sensor, gyroscope sensor, accelerometer sensor, rain sensor, moisture sensor, photoresistor, color sensor, PA sensor, gas sensor, smoke, humidity, touch sensor, metal detector, real-time clock sensor, vibration sensor, LDR. These are the different types of sensors that mainly used in embedded devices and IoTs. Mm, and for microphone, we are having a different types of sensors like proximity sensor, ambient light sensor, CMOS image sensor, GPS sensor, accelerometer, humidity sensor, temperature, pressure, fingerprint, magnetometer, gyroscope, touch sensor. These are the sensors that we are mainly used in a mobile phones. Um, these are the classifications of sensors and the transducers. Transducer is of many types and can be classified by transduction used as a primary and secondary transducer, passive and active transducer, analog and digital transducer, as the transducer and reverse transducer. The transducer receives the measurement and gives a proportional amount of output signal. Thus, output signal is sent to the conditioning devices where signal is attenuated, if iterated and modulated, filtered and modulated. On classification of transducer based on the transduction, primary, secondary, analog, digital, transducer inverse, active and passive transducers. On the basis of transduction is divided into resistive, inductive and capacitive transducers. The transducer is classified by the transduction medium. Transduction medium may be resistive, inductive, or capacitive. Depends on the conversion process. Then how input transducer convert the input signal into resistance, inductance, and capacitance respectively. This is a primary transducer. Consists of a mechanical as well as electrical devices. Mechanical device of the transducer change the physical and input quantities into a mechanical signal. This mechanical device also known as primary transducer. Secondary transducer convert the mechanical signal into an electrical signal. The magnitude of the output signal depends on the input signal as the primary transducer, and LVDT is called the secondary transducer. Active passive transducer. Transducer which does not require external power supply is known as active transducer. Such type of transducer develops their own voltage or current is known as self-generating transducer. The output signal is obtained from physical input quantity. Passive transducer is which requires a external power supply known as passive transducer. They are also known as external power transducer as a capacitive, resistive and inductive transducer are the examples of passive transducer. This transducer is also known as accelerometer which convert the acceleration into an electrical voltage. This transducer does not require any auxiliary source of auxiliary power source for the conversion of physical quantity into electrical signal. This is an analog and digital transducer. Transducer can be classified by their output signal. The output signal of the transducer may be continuous or discrete. First one is an examples of analog transducer. A second one is an example of digital. Second image is an example of digital transducer. Transducer and inverse transducer. This device which converts the non-electrical quantity into an electrical quantity. Inverse transducer converts the electrical quantity into a physical quantity. Such type of transducer is known as inverse transducer. It has a high electrical input and low non-electrical output. For example, microphone converts an physical signal into an electrical signal. And the speaker is an example of inverse transducer that converts an electrical signal into physical signal. Thank you.